mainly and mostly, but all are welcome here. So this is Nubian Queen of Nubian Queen Nation, and I'm coming to you on our day two of our trip to Africa. So we're in Tanzania, and some of the highlights for today. I know yesterday, if you didn't see that video, go back to day one. I was talking about our flight here and our um, shenanigans with the hotel room, looking at through booking.com, but you'll have to go back to that video to watch that one. And so it's my husband and my son that are here. This is the room that we're in. Again, I did a quick scroll of it yesterday. Of course, we have most of our stuff unpacked, even though we're packing up tomorrow to go to a different hotel. But some of the highlights were we were able to eat breakfast today because we checked in really early yesterday. And even though we kind of paid double because we booked through booking.com and something happened with the reservation, and so we paid again. But we weren't allowed to eat breakfast when we got here yesterday early. But we had breakfast this morning. And breakfast consisted of, looking at my notes, it was like something that was kind of like a square, and it tasted like when we bit into it or sliced into it, it looked like cornbread or like a corn fritter that we would have at home, but it was not shaped in a circle. It was more like a square. So that was kind of tasty. It was good. And then we had a drink that tasted like sorrel. My son said it tastes like sorrel. So if you're not from the Caribbean islands or Jamaica or somewhere, then I think my husband said, well, it was a cross between cranberry juice and maybe grape juice mixed together, but it kind of did remind you of sorrel without the rum. Of course, if my husband's Jamaican, so 180 proof rum is what they put in their sorrel. Or what they put, his family puts in their sorrel. How about that? I don't know. And then they had something that looked like a yam. And then they had fried plantain. It wasn't a long, it was like a kind of like a chip, and it was beautiful. It tasted very tasty. And then by the time we got down there, there might have been other fruit, but I only had one slice of watermelon. So I guess we'll get down there early tomorrow morning. And of course, we had some water. So we're trying to drink at least half of our body weight in ounces to keep ourselves hydrated. So as often as possible, we're drinking water. And we got three small bottles, which were 1,000 shillings per bottle. And, and then I got a larger liter of water, which was 2 shillings. So altogether, we spent like 5 shillings on water, 5,000 shillings on water. And then let's see what else happened. Then we took a taxi. Okay, so I think I gave you the experience of us taking the Dada. I think it's called also a Badaji. May not be saying it correctly, but it's like a little 4x4, way smaller than a Volkswagen in the States. Say again? Oh, three wheeler. It was a three wheeler. So one wheel in the front, two wheels in the back, and they called it a Dada, and some people called it a Badaji. Um, so that was a very interesting ride. Again, check out day one to listen to more of that story. And my son is a teenager, so you have to excuse him. But instead of calling it a Dada, he said we are gonna die. But we survived. It was fine. So on the way to the spa, we took a taxi this time. The people downstairs, they were able to show us the app called Bolt, Bolt, and within like 5 minutes, the a taxi guy came and he picked us up, and we had a nice, pleasant, smooth, air-conditioned ride, semi-air-conditioned ride to Lavender Spa. So if you're ever here in Dar es Salaam, you should check out the Lavender Spa. I felt like that could have been anywhere, like Europe or United States or whatever. It was really nice. And of course, we just sat and we relaxed. We drank more water. My son had a nice little manicure. They buffed up and polished my son and my husband's nails. And while I got my pedicure. And I tell you what, it was to walk in there. It was just beautiful. It smelled nice. The air conditioning was kicking. So I could have just stayed there all day. I think we were there for at least a couple hours or so. There was no rush either. So when you get your nails and your pedicure done in the States, usually they're rushing because it's an appointment only. I was able to just walk in. Somebody from the hotel where we stayed at said that we could walk in. I'm like, are you sure? I mean, I don't want to drive all the way over there in a taxi and then have them say, no, you need a reservation. So they took all three of us at the same time in a nice little private room, and three different people worked on us at the same time. So it was really nice. Like, one didn't have to sit and wait. Sometimes I know I've gone with my daughters or my mom or somebody, and if they didn't have enough people, one person had to sit and wait, which kind of defeats the purpose. You want to get it done at the same time, right? And so the funny thing too, just before we left in the taxi, we had breakfast upstairs, freshened up, and then we were getting ready to go out downstairs and electricity went out. So that was like 10 o'clock this morning. So I feel like we are totally indoctrinated into Africa, Tanzania, and we've already been through at least two electricity outings or whatever. But the generation, when it came back, when it went off at 6 p.m., the generator kicked back in really quickly. So I'm not sure how long the 10 a.m. lasted because I think we left for the spa, something like that. So anyway, that was a fun day and came back from the spa, had some dinner at this hotel that we're staying, and well, we ended up having I had a salad, which I thought, when I had a salad yesterday, that was a Greek salad. That was really, really good. So today I had a salad, and I wanted to have just, I think it was just, no, there was no lettuce. It was cucumber. It was supposed to be cucumber, tomato, and onion. And then she came back and said they were out of cucumber. So I said, okay, well, instead of having that salad, I said, what was a Swahili salad? And I'm sure that this is different in whatever town you're in or whatever, or from state to state or whatever, country to country. But here, the Swahili salad was onions, tomatoes sliced, and green peppers. So it was just sliced up nice and neatly, and tossed with salt and pepper. And actually, you know what? It was pretty good. It's kind of tasty. And then we also had more water. And then my son had pizza, so that took a little while to come out. But I have learned that they say that, when you order food here, it's not like you're in the States, of course. It's going to take a little while. You get to sit and socialize, fellowship with whoever you're there with. And in my case, it was my husband and my son. So I think that the pizza might have had to rise. I don't know, the yeast or something, but it was kind of timely for the pizza to come out. But it was good. He ordered a veggie pizza, and he had a few bites, and I had a couple slices. My husband had a couple slices. So and then we went for a walk. So we decided, okay, even though we were kind of getting sleepy because we're still adjusting to the time change. So right now I'm recording this, and I think it's like, I don't know, it's 1:30 in the afternoon in Connecticut, New England area. And it must be like 8 o'clock or something like that. 8:30. I think I saw 8:30 going on 9. Yeah, that's what it is. 8:30. All right. So the internet, I have to kind of like stand up with my hand up or whatever, facing the, do some weird stuff to get the internet to working. So I was saying that the music kept us up like a good portion of the night, or at least me. I know my husband was so tired, but all right. So I'm not sure what I was thinking as far as having internet service outside. That's crazy, right? So anyway, the music was loud. That's all I have for today. My highlights were going to the spa, taking a taxi with air conditioning, and having really nice air conditioning. Oh, I know I didn't finish telling you that we took a walk after we got back, after we had something to eat, even though we were tired. And we decided to take a walk around the block. Yeah, well, then we were trying to walk and run, but not look like we were tourists, even though we had these little slingy bags across us. Here's my little slingy bag, so you can see. Yeah, I don't look like a tourist, right? No, not at all. So then we're walking, and next thing you know, it starts to get dark, and there's no street lights, so we couldn't run back to the hotel because you don't want to look all obvious, right? Kind of want to blend in as best you can. So we got around the corner. It was like dusk, and the next thing you know, it was like dark. But then we looked up, and there was a hotel. And kind of, it's funny because my son is like turning 17, like in 2 days, and he's and blessings. Peace out.